Hello there. Welcome to the basement. Welcome to this live reaction to Ahsoka. Ahsoka episode 7. Why am I so ruby? What? There we go. No, I'm not muted. Not this time. Yeah, that helped. 11 out of 10 for you again, eh? Q. Yeah, no, I'm like literally looking at the thing. It was not muted this time. I made sure I avoided that fucking button. Oops. Wasn't saying too fast. Oh well. I'm actually gonna have to disagree with you on that a little bit, Alan. Oh, this episode was a teeny step back from last episode. Not a big one. I still give it an 8. Do I think Ahsoka, Sabine, or Ezra will die this week? I don't think anyone dies. But I have a very strong feeling, and this is based on rumor and Nikki crap, that Ahsoka is going to be left there in some fashion or another. The rumor was not specific on who, but Ahsoka makes the most sense, as she has the best chance to get back. I got this thing on my ankle. It's hurting. That's why I'm hunched up weird. But more hunched and weird than actually it's probably more accurate. He's used actual name probably on the same word. What the freak is wrong with me? I seem to have forgotten like what English is supposed to be. Probably because I swear so much. Although I keep saying like seeing studies about being foul mouthed actually being indicative of high intelligence. I mean, it makes me feel good, but I'd have to say that I've seen plenty of empirical content or empirical evidence to the contrary. Hey, Saber Smith. Yeah, he dipped. Well, yeah, I mean, he did kind of shoo Shin off, but he gave her a chance to choose to stay at the same time. So in the end, it was her choice. He's like, I'm going that way. You can come that way with me, or, even though it does seem like you're probably more suited to go that way, still your choice. And she went that way. Give me a number, Saber Smith. And also, I hope you've had a good week so far. You too, Alan. You too, if anyone's watching on the replay. Also, have you two hit the like button? And have you hit the like button? Have you hit the like button? Please do so. I know you two are subscribed. But if you are not a subscriber and you are currently watching this, please consider becoming a subscriber. I'd love to have you. 8.7 out of 10. Cool. I just gave it a straight 8. So far, so good this week. Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, that's better. Yep, I'm drinking straight out of a 2-liter Mountain Dew, and I guarantee I'll be in bed within a half an hour after I get off the stream, regardless. My tolerance for caffeine is freaking ridiculous. Even when I was a kid, like if I was allowed to have like a, chocolate sundae for dessert, I'd still be in bed an hour later. Most kids be still bouncing off the walls. I'd be, nope, I do night. I also have a high tolerance for ibuprofen. Like, I can't take less than 800 milligrams. And acetaminophen doesn't do shit for me. I hate Tylenol. It's so useless to my system. Baylor's definitely got my curiosity. So he was like the only one. That's really the only one was the story. Very much cargo, as he used to say. How about now? Any better yet? Still bad. Like, what's bad about it? Is it like echoey? Is it choppy? Is it staticky? Like, what's the apps? about now? Have we improved at all? Anything? Oh, hey, that helped. I think I fixed it. There's a button I forgot to push, but I think I fixed it. Because it sounds a hell of a lot better to me in my headphones now, too. What do you think now? That'll be the first time someone ever clips me, probably. What'd you guys think about the opening up with Hera getting dude trying to deal with Hera? Did we like that scene? I mean, other than could have given reason to Kate. I thought it was a cool scene. I feel like the asshole senator could have had a couple fewer lines. Actually, both him and Hera could have had a couple fewer lines. It's always good to see 3PO. It is good to see him. And name dropping Leia was cool. I knew that the name drop was all we'd ever get in this show. The VFX money necessary to create a fake Leia was already spent elsewhere. Hey Jay, how you doing? There we go. Yes, better. Eight. Oh, hey Brooke. 8 out of 10. That's exactly what I gave it. What about you, Jay? Where are you at on episode 7? And did you two hit like on your way in? Yeah, it was an 8 for me. And do you feel a bit more rested, Fish? Can't stay for too long because Aaron's nice. Yeah, Ezra's action scenes were fun. I was hoping for a bit more. Just like in general. Like I feel like that force push was just like any other force push. I was expecting like something akin to like say if I don't know, Thor grabbed you and gave you a toss. I was expecting the force push to be kind of on that level. 7. Hey Donna, who are you? Yeah, I'm sticking with my 8. How do you feel about tonight's episode? Eight and a half. All right. I'm a straight 8er. Yeah, I was just talking about the opening scene where they tied up the Hera thread, so to speak. I thought the scene was okay. I mean, the verbal spanking she was giving that asshole senator was fun. 3PO coming in and regulating in Leia's name was fun. And I knew there's no way we were going to see Leia in the show, as I was saying earlier. All the money that could have gone there, that would have been needed for all that CGI went elsewhere. You liked this week a lot more than last week. All right. Very cool. Me, not so much. I liked last week's a lot more than this week's. But, however, I still think next week's episode is going to be fire. I'm anticipating things, especially since I didn't get some of the things this week. I think like the crux of my issue with it is it's the second to last episode. You need to do, at least in my opinion, maintain the strength that you had in episode 6 into this one. I mean, if you're not going to increase it, which I almost kind of think you should for the second to last episode, but at least you should have maintained it. To me, it felt like, episode 6 is rocking and rolling, and then just a little bit, there's episode 7. Not a lot, just a little bit. Definitely felt like a calm before the storm. Yeah. Sir, with my sound again. God damn it. La la. How about now? Sounds a little better in my headphones. Of course, half the time that don't mean shit. I like that one part where Shin Hati, as Elsbeth would say, started questioning Galen on why he isn't going to help her eliminate Ezra and Sabine. Oh yeah, yeah, she was good. She was, oh good. She was yeah, she definitely was giving him the scary eyes this time. But I'm also not surprised that she went the temporal power route rather than the nebulous, whatever the fuck Balin is seeing, or whatever's calling to him, I should say. And by the way, could we at least got a little bit of a hint and some kind of progress in that front? Like, it took him most of the episode to get past like where he ended the last episode, which was on a howler looking down over a hill, which is where he stayed when Shin Hati left and where Ahsoka found him, and then exploded a bunch of dirt all over him and took his howler. Meanwhile, he's still on that same ledge, and then he finally walks off. I mean, don't get me wrong, Balin is still my favorite character above everyone in that show. I kid you not. Ray Stevenson, rest his soul. The love this man would be getting right now, because he owns every scene he's in. I don't care who he's in the scene with. That's Ray's scene if he's on camera. Wants to see some Abeloth lore explored upon, or no more the power that Balin wants to see. Yeah, we didn't even get a remote hint of what the hell he was after. I just wanted like a little something. Like I wish he would at least made it to some kind of building or cave or something. Like I said, it basically took him the whole episode to get off that fucking ledge. Like 8 episodes is a bit too short. Like better find 10 or 12. Yeah, I mostly agree with you, but I also feel that would give them more of an opportunity to give us what we just got. You know what I mean? Well, the top two fan casts for that book that I've seen are Gerard Butler and Liev Schreiber, who are both awesome, and I enjoy them both. But I think Gerard Butler is much closer to Ray Stevenson in both appearance and vocal timbre. I think he'd be the better band. Don't get me wrong, Liev Schreiber would be dope. I could see him doing it. I'm not saying Liev would be bad. I'm just thinking Gerard Butler's like, that much better of a choice. Yeah, I mean, it was. Oh, hey, Blazerhawk Darren, how you doing? The artist formerly known as Nova Vaughn. Yeah, well, I mean, it was definitely a more even fight because that last one they had was pretty one-sided. But of course, she's now Ahsoka the White, and she also whipped out her second lightsaber, which obviously would help a lot too. But yeah, no, that was a dope. That was probably the best fight in that episode, honestly. Let down, but still good. Given an 8. That's exactly where you pretty much nailed where I'm at with that, dude. It was a small step back, but it was still a good episode. I'm not saying it was not a good episode. Just for me, it was a step back from episode 6. And when you're episode 7 of an 8-episode season, that's not a step you want to be taking. You at least want to hang out in the same spot, but you really want to be moving forward. And that there's about the only thing to move forward in this episode was Ahsoka, and we had that reunion, and Baylan and Shin split up. That's literally all that happened in terms of story. I'm hoping, dude. I was expecting the Force Scion this episode. Like, he didn't do any kind of Force push any more like badass than any other Force push I've ever seen, other than maybe his hand position. But like, I figure if you're gonna have that kind of hand position, motherfuckers better be flying like football fields. Have you ever been in my chat before, Darren? Under either name? I cannot recall. If you have, it's been a long time. But welcome. And please hit the like button. I too am hoping for an epic finale. I am, even despite how I feel about this episode, I am pretty confident that we're going to get a damn fine finale. I'm pretty confident of that. You have. All right, cool. Well, it's been a minute. Welcome back, sir. I appreciate everyone stopping in. You're right. How is writing on it? That is writing on it. Like, they need to give us something that's going to give us, God, English. Need an episode that will get us so freaking high on Star Wars that it'll last like a month or two. We should be able to last a month or two off that Star Wars high from episode 8. You just posted your instant reaction? Nice. Nice. At least we have Loki season 2 show. Yes, that is true. Yeah. I mean, in terms of overall entertainment, we actually got some pretty good shit coming up, because just like overall. Because like you said, we got Loki season 2. We got Gen V, that spinoff from The Boys. What else? There's something else. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, yeah, I suppose we'll throw it on the list. The Marvels in November. Oh hell, we got The Creator next weekend. That movie looks fucking sick. especially when you know that they only spent like 87 million on that, and it looks that fucking good. Like, what the hell is Disney doing? Anyway, um, so yeah, that's creators next weekend. Sorry, this upcoming weekend. And then yeah, we get Loki on the 5th. Sorry, to Thursday. Loki on the 5th. That's only 6 episodes though. And then Rebel Moon in December. So overall, the rest of the year actually looks pretty decent for the most part. Insofar as Star Wars goes, I think this is pretty much it. Unless I'm forgetting about something, which is entirely possible. When does What If Season 2 come out? Is that oh, that's early next year, right? Yeah. So do you like how Sabine just keep C-3PO walking look like Anthony Daniels? Yeah, if that was not Anthony Daniels, whoever that was studied him quite effectively. I must say, that is for cheesy. How did you guys feel about that? The chase scene, the requisite chase scene with the Raiders chasing down the Nodi and Ezra and Sabine. That was kind of a fun little scene. And you had to have the little Nodi with a slingshot. And, oh. Yeah, I think that's the thing. A lot of more of this episode than the last couple three seemed like kind of cookie cutter Star Wars. I mean, still much more Star Wars than pretty much everything we've gotten since Mando season 2, in my opinion. But uh, yeah, that's not. It just didn't. It didn't have the. It didn't have the tension. There was. I'm not saying there wasn't any. It just wasn't anywhere near as intense as I suspected. And I really wanted at least a hint of what was calling to Balin. Like, it took him so long to get off that fucking ledge. Like, what the hell? Or plateau or cliff or whatever this geological formation was. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch the episode. But like, for me, I feel like he should have been so much farther along in his little journey. Like, he could have dipped immediately when Shin went her way. At least could have found like a tomb or a cave or hell, fucking castle, tower, something that we can get a hint about. Like, he was just sitting there on his howler. And then he got off his howler. Then he fought Ahsoka. Then he got half blasted. And Ahsoka took his howler. And at that point, finally, he's like, all right, I guess I'll go do my thing. Oh, Balin's definitely gone rogue. Thrawn is pissed at him. You can tell because he raised his voice like that much. I mean, I'm not surprised though. I did not see Shin leaving his side though. That pretty much puts paid to all the Abeloth theories. if it is going to. Well, no, because that stuff was buried on Dathomir. Kujet. Yeah, I want a hint, damn it. I wanted a hint. I think that's probably my biggest complaint about the entire show is like his shit did not get progressed at all, other than Shin taking off. I don't mind the reunion happening amongst a raider fight. That was pretty cool. And it wasn't like yeah, but it was still cool. But yeah, imagine if Thrawn gets the Night Sister magic and ends up fighting Balin. Mmm. Mmm. I like where you're going with that. Thrawn gets the Night Sister magic and ends up fighting Balin. You mean like that nice offensive magic, like what Mother Talzin had, where he's just basically shooting green fucking magic smoke at him in order to choke him or trip him up or turn him into a pretzel or some shit? That would be sick. Or if he's using all three of those little balls himself and just doing all kinds of weird shit with them. Tries to yank them all together and cut Balin's head off or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff they could do with that. I like that. I don't think it'll happen. I mean, Thrawn's practical enough to use people who know how to use magic, but I don't really see him getting into it. I feel like that'd be. I think that'd be. I think he would consider that a weakness in himself if he, felt the need to actually do it himself. I don't think that's a thing his ego would take. But I thought Thrawn was pretty dope this episode. I think Morgan is on the verge of having something bad happen to her just because she keeps questioning Thrawn, and sooner or later, he'll get mildly irritated with her and then dispose of her in some fashion. Might be permanent, might not be. But he'll definitely put her someplace where he will not have to listen to her incessant questions. She's going to ask one too many. I mean, that's kind of what I'd like to see, honestly. I'm kind of getting tired of her questions. It's like, how many times does he have to prove his tactical genius to you, bitch? I see only our enemies reunited. Well, then you have no imagination. In Thrawn's eyes, Balin screwed up the plan, so yeah, he's pissed. However, he doesn't care. As we saw, he wants to get out of there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's going to be, he's definitely not going to go after Balin. He'll just be like, all right, well, you pretty much volunteered to stay then, motherfucker. So, yeah, that's pretty much the deal with that. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like he half suspected it. I just wonder why he called him Lord. I mean, I know Thrawn is super formal at all times. He probably maintains perfect posture on the shitter, honestly. I'm leaning over reading reports for him. No, sir. Yeah, I expected more strength from Ezra. I was a little disappointed with that. Although I will say, It was damn cool when he stopped Shin's blade with his hands, and you actually saw the blade bend in with the force. He was putting out, you know, divots where his hands would have been if they weren't at that point kind of made with force. That was a nice little touch in the special effects. I really liked that. I thought that was cool. And right up until she blasted him into the no-deed. In the beginning, pods. Was that it? Were they pods? Are they just pods? No-deed pods. And no, I don't think Sabine has the fucking force either. Let's just get that out right now before we go any farther. I do not think the fact that Sabine can hear Ahsoka means she have the force. And I'll tell you why. Because at the time Empire came out, Luke and Leia were not sisters, but she heard Luke. So I'm going with the pre-retcon activity on this one. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's George's story. If he wants to retcon some shit and make them siblings, he can retcon some shit and make them siblings. It's just, kind of weird after he had him kiss some stuff. I mean, obviously not a lot, but or you have Luke have a crush on her and shit. I mean, that's just fucking awkward, right? You gave us 2 movies of that, and then 1 movie where they're siblings. The way I see Thrawn right now is he has one singular goal to get out of. Yeah, I think he even cares about more than one. Oh yeah, no, that's how the man operates. He identifies his goal, identifies the obstacles between him and the goal, and then plans accordingly. And then plans even more for shit that could go wrong. Like his backup plans have backup plans, and those have backup plans that have backup plans. And they're probably halfway through their backup plans. So, yeah, Thrawn's playing 3 or 4D chess while most of the rest of the galaxy is playing checkers. During the reign of the Empire, when it comes down to just straight up strategy, I feel like Thrawn and Palpatine are probably like Reed Richards and Doom. It just depends on the situation which one is smarter when it comes to strategy, but they're both fucking insane. I loved Baylan and Ahsoka's fight though. Like the samurai posing combined with the music, again, I gotta give massive props to Kevin Kiner. I love that guy. The music was so good. Music kind of rescued a couple scenes too, honestly. Yeah, I love Kiner. He is doing a hell of a job. Give me more Kiner. I mean, after this show. Like, straight up. I know I've said this before, but I'm going to fucking say it again. Disney needs to just sign Kiner to a lifetime Star Wars contract. Like, if it's Star Wars, you're scoring it. And if you want to bring in help, that's cool, but you're scoring it. It is your music, your themes, yada, yada, yada. That's what I'd be about doing. As soon as humanly possible. Oh, you're in the middle of this contract? How about I pay them double to let you go? Totally felt like Rebels episode. Yes. That's not a bad thing because Rebels is a really good show. But kind of like the Jack Black and Lizzo episode in season 3 of The Mandalorian, it was just bad timing. You know? It was bad timing for, in Mandalorian's case, a side quest, and in this case, bad timing for like not moving the story forward much. I mean, they didn't accomplish nothing, but I mean, Thrawn got himself more time with, chasing Ahsoka around and all that shit. So, that was his main goal, so he's good. Ahsoka got to Sabine, and it turns out Aunt Ezra, so she's good. At least until her and Sabine have a little chit chat. I wonder if Ezra's ever going to get to know about that shit. Excuse me. So, for now, it seems like everyone got what they want, except Balin. But he's on his way, finally. Yeah, overall, it was a good episode. Like the space battle scenes were tight. Those were good. Like they were. It was designed well. It was it was executed well with the VFX or the CGI or whatever you want to call it. It was a very enjoyable space battle to watch. And it was cool seeing the undead stormtroopers in action. And somehow or other, they looked exactly like living stormtroopers. I mean, I'm not being snarky. I'm just saying it's like their motions were the same. Like to get in the gunship and shit, with kind of like the hesitation because the clacking of the armor together on the legs and shit. It was just kind of funny. But it also makes total sense. So, I'm trying to think, anything else significant happened? I wonder if those Purgle, when they took off from the minefield, ended up back in the regular galaxy, or if they went somewhere else completely. Because, I mean, that was their graveyard. So, I mean, technically, if they'd have stayed in the minefield, they would have accomplished what they allegedly go there to do. Hello, Brady. Welcome. Welcome back, I believe. Yeah. Good to see you. Did you hit like on your way in? Just joining in. Loved the episode so much. Good. I'm glad. It was an 8 for me. Just a couple little things. Mostly just, for me, not as good as last week's. But definitely not bad. I'm still giving it an 8. So I have a lot of respect for that episode. I just think episode 6 was better. Excuse me. Give me a number, Brady. Probably not their time yet, so they jumped. You're going to have to remind me what the fuck that's in reference to. Pretty please and thank you, Mr. Sabersmith, sir. Anyone else think Thrawn's going to leave Morgan on the planet so she'll shut up? Like, honestly, what purpose does she serve now that they're in the new galaxy? Like, that was her job. She did her job. Thrawn's super damn practical. If he decided she was superfluous, she gone. So I'm wondering what she's doing that makes her not superfluous. Because I haven't seen it. Oh, the Purgle, right. Okay. Yeah, I get you. That makes sense. 9 out of 10. Love the way Ezra only needed the Force to fight, since after so long without a lightsaber. Oh yeah, that totally makes sense. I just thought that it should have been a bit more intense, I guess. I feel like those, the Force pushes of his after being there and just only doing that for about a decade, should have been a lot more powerful. They didn't seem any more powerful than your average Force push you've seen any Jedi do in any project where you've seen a Jedi do it. Did you follow that one? Now that I do agree with you on. Iman totally nails Ezra's demeanor. I very much agree with you on that. Yeah, I was just expecting more oomph to Ezra's Force variety. That's all. Film diet Force pushes. Kind of. I mean, they just weren't. I figured after 10 years, it'd be a bit more, I don't know, spectacular, for lack of a better word. Like, I would imagine, like, without an object behind whatever he's pushing, I feel like it should be like, I don't know, Thor giving someone a good chuck. You know what I mean? Or something like that. That's kind of what I was expecting. Yeah. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Balin literally only getting one step closer to whatever's coming is a bit of a disappointment. He literally spent the whole episode on the plateau. Various things happened to him on the plateau. Shameful. He and Ahsoka fought, and he got blasted a little bit. And then Ahsoka stole his howler. And then he walked off, finally, to go after what was coming. Watch it again. Have a great night. You too, man. Be well. See you Saturday. I'm not going to watch it again tonight, but I am totally going to watch it again before Saturday. That way, I have more to talk about. Does anybody have anything else they would like to share? Feelings, thoughts, statements, questions, predictions for next week, even, if you already have one. Prediction. Name that movie. Or character of the actor. Is Mr. T. S. Clubber Lang in Rocky 3? All right, well, I have said pretty much everything I wanted to say about the show in an immediate fashion, obviously. I'm going to watch it again, get more detail to talk about this Saturday. But until then, it's time to go. Thank you all for coming. If you actually made it through this whole thing on the replay, thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit like. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, pretty please, and thank you. And hit that notification bell so you know anytime I drop new content, whether it be a live stream or your average video or a short, what have you. But yeah, like, subscribe. Oh, and please let me know what you thought about Ahsoka episode 7 right down there in the comments. Have a good night, Brady. Have a good night, chat. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Be safe, be well, until Saturday, I just got to remind you, there's always a good time to be happy when you're chilling in the basement. Night, night. Really, bro?